base concept and made this. As you can see, I find this paper works a little better with like a little bit of a stiffer paper. You can use regular kami for this and it will work, but I just find the flapping action works a lot better with a stiffer paper. You could use printer paper because it's a little stiffer. I'm going to be using tant paper here. I just like it. Like how it feels. I like the kind of the stiffness. Nice thing with tant too is you can kind of wet fold it to really get that shape, although it's not necessary. Here are two that I've made. See here. They both flap. So for this next one, I think I'm going to use a green, a lighter green. With some colors I still have left. I can't. Got some browns. Let's do a white actually. Easier to see the creases. Alright, so we're going to do a white. Just going to move these over here. Out of the way. So to start with, you're going to want to fold the paper in half, lengthwise. So we'll start with that. If you have a folding tool, you can use that. That helps with this. Just having nice sharp creases. I do have folding tools. I just didn't think to bring them over with me. I'm going to use my nail. But obviously it's not necessary. So fold the paper in half once, and then unfold. Then you're going to fold in half the other way. And then lastly, unfold, and then fold in the quarters. When I was making this model, I kind of wanted it, because the original model very lightly resembles a butterfly. It's a much more simple model. I kind of wanted to kind of capture, I guess, some of the looks of like a butterfly by like Michael LaFosse with the flapping action of the other one. Oh, I forgot the name of the person. Farelly's or whatever. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to fold one of the quarters down, and from where the middle crease meets the center of the paper to the corner here, we're going to make kind of a crease going like that. So we're going to pull this paper back. Like such. And this will kind of be the top of the butterfly, the front wings, if you will, the front part of the wings. It's kind of going for a swallowtail butterfly kind of a look. And just going to repeat that on the other side. Like most of my models, I kind of just made this in a lobby, the hotel lobby, or some of the models I make in waiting rooms. Just kind of to play around with ideas. Alright, so we have that. We got our two folds there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip the model over. And we're going to take the middle, what was the middle crease, and bring it up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this corner here, and through both layers of the paper, we're going to fold to this edge here. Like that. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. And just fold and unfold. Like that. Now we're going to reverse crease. We'll do a reverse fold through the layers here. Kind of open it up a little. And push that corner in. And back down. And then repeat that on the other side. Fold this up. Push in. And back down. Just resharpen your creases. Having the creases nice and sharp will help a lot with the flapping action. The original model just kind of had all the layers even. There's kind of going to be layers folded over each other, so having it lay really flat in the center will be helpful, so it doesn't like mess up the flapping action. Anyways, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this flap and bring it down, just like this. And then what we want to do is, you can see the middle crease here in this edge, kind of coming along here. We're going to fold this edge to the middle crease on both sides, only through 2 of the layers. Now, as you do this, there'll be some paper here that's going to expand and it won't lay flat yet. Don't worry about that. We just want to get, try to get a good angle, this crease in like this. So again, it will not lay flat. It'll be kind of like this little pyramid shape. But we're just trying to get a crease coming out through there. And then we're going to unfold all that. Make sure to leave that reverse fold here in. Sometimes it will pop back out, but you want to leave it in. And we're going to repeat that over here. Do what we did on one side to the other. Just like that. Again, it will not lay flat. And bring it back over. Now we're going to take, same thing, we're going to take this edge to the crease we just made instead of all the way over to the middle. And this is going to be a compound fold, so we're going to take this, bring it up and over. Now over here, you will not get a sharp point. It's going to kind of have this like a little bit left over here, and that's fine. That's how you want it to be. That'll later be the swallow part of the tail, I guess. I don't know. The whole fins on the butterfly, if you will. Now what we're going to do, that we have that, we kind of have this little thing not laying flat. Just going to flatten it such that this edge of the crease lines up with this edge of the paper. Just like that. And we are going to repeat what we just did on the other side. So bringing and again, this corner will not meet, this crease will not meet up to that corner. That's fine. Hope we want it. And then we're just bringing this edge to meet sorry, to meet this edge. That edge to meet that edge, kind of along. And just bringing it down. Alright. So now if you flip it over, what we can kind of see is we're starting to get that top bit there. But we need these to come down a bit. And to do that, we're going to open up the model a bit. And you'll notice as we open up this model, right, there's a lot of kind of layers in here. So what we want to do first, we're just going to move these layers down one, like that, and like that. Creating that swallowtail effect. So I'll do it again. So we started off with this. So I'm just going to fold this flap up. This crease will get reversed. That middle crease going through. And everything is just going to kind of collapse forward. So again, on the other side, I'm pulling that flap up. I'm going to reverse the crease my finger's going along right now. Just going to reverse that. Everything else should just move down and up. And lie flat. Now we're almost done with the butterfly. You can flip it over. You can kind of see the butterfly shape. But you'll notice there's a lot more space kind of between here and here. And this is where we're going to kind of have the flapping mechanism go. So to get the flapping mechanism, you can do this with your finger, or you can use like a pencil or a pen, anything round, or a marker even. So here I'll show it with the pen. And what we're going to do is we just want to, well, first we want to bring, so this is the top here, where it sort of overhangs the tail. So first things first, I'm going to fold it in half this way. This is kind of a judgment fold. I find you'll see where this edge meets this crease, and kind of these edges meet those creases. Somewhere in between the two, you're going to want a valley crease here. So just kind of, it's like I said, it's a judgment fold. Kind of somewhere in between those 2 points. So kind of like that. And to keep it consistent, I'll flip this over and just do the same thing going the other way. And try not to sharpen this middle crease too much. What we mostly want to sharpen is the creases up here that we've made. Because that middle crease down here, it's all going to get curled. So now what we're going to do is just going to take something like, you can use your finger, but depending on the size of your finger, sometimes it doesn't work. But yeah, we're just going to take this and we're just going to kind of curl it. So we want to curl the paper around the pen up to the crease we made. So we're not going to curl past that crease. So you see here, I'm starting at, let me move a little bit. I'm starting at that crease. And I'm just going to curl the paper. Starting at that crease, kind of along toward the center. Like that. Now you see you got this nice curve on that half. So we're going to repeat that on the other side. Just kind of, like I said, you can use a pencil, you can use a pen. You can even use your fingers. I'm just using a pen here to get a slightly better curl. But you can use whatever you want. So now we have that curled. I'm just going to bring it up to get this kind of a tube, I guess you could say, going through. So if you see here, now you have this kind of like tube, right? So for the last step, just kind of flip the model like this, such that the tube is facing toward you. And the last thing you want to do is kind of put a crimp, not all the way through, but just a crimp in the middle. You can use a folding tool, you can use your hand, you can use the pen, whatever. But to do this, you're just going to want to hold the two ends of the tube so that they don't get smushed, right? And then just kind of put a bend, a bow, if you will, in the middle like that. And just get it started. Now we're going to should get a flapping action like that. So you'll notice as you put this bend in, the wings will want to go up. That's the flapping butterfly. You can just keep going and it'll work. Now, if you want it to look a little more, I guess, butterfly-esque, one thing you can do, as you'll see I kind of did it here, is kind of curl the wingtips. This is just kind of preference. But I like to curl these up a little, just to give it a nicer look, and I'm just going to do that with my hand. It also helps the layers kind of stay together. So just like that. And then over here, you can curl the wingtips up like this. Just like that.